for him. Got sharpshooter, and we saw exactly how much damage was going to emerge from him. Killing spree right now for Nightfall. 3 heroes have been brought down. Almost 700 damage dished out by the Hoodwink with one spell. Seems fair and balanced to me. And with them being able to kill Matu yet again down bottom, they'll surely claim this tier 1 tower. So they need to start making something happening elsewhere on the map. Zai has access to the ghosts. Do you think they should try and force a push maybe into this mid lane with ghosts, having Shadow Fiend available with Requiem? Just try ball up, force EG into an awkward position where they have to decide if we're going to try and hold this tower or not.
Yeah, it's kind of scary though, because if you leave Nightfall to his own devices, he's already going to be able to take down this tier 1 tower. I think you need to make it a very convincing fight for them. If Matu's walked in, they have much else that they can do here up against the Pudge. I would like to see them ball in and try and take down this tier 1 tower in the middle lane, but EG, they're going to send a lot of their resources there as well. They understand that they can just leave RT to do his own devices in the jungle. Nightfall's the scariest hero on the map right now. They don't want to go anywhere near towards his lane, and as long as Arbed as well as Crit and Fly are holding hands towards this mid lane, it's going to be very, very hard for Team Liquid to try and get this fight without overcommitting a little bit too much.
Literally 50-50 betting odds, so extremely close between these two squads. Even the win probability at the moment is pretty much 50-50. Boxy will probably contribute towards EG being higher probability if he loses his life down bottom. They missed out on the bushwhack and on the sharpshooter. Boxy, got your J's on, I see today. All right, and he's just several seconds away from getting the charge once more. Matu, can he find the hook?
Well, yeah, it feels just kind of bad playing in this Fen though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, fortunately, Matu's dead, so he has a lot of time to think about that item decision right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got 40 seconds now to be able to think about like how he wants to play this. I believe he's ever close to his. Yeah, okay, he switched to attacking himself. Yeah, I would say it is a nice little way to at least deal with the babies, but it feels very, very bad in towards this Fen, because the thing is with Crimson Guard, it blocks a small amount of damage, so if there's lots of instances of small amounts of damage, it feels very, very good. Big amounts of damage like this Fen does when he hits God Strength and hits the Daedalus, yeah, not all too good. So I probably would imagine that he's going to go towards something along the lines of like a Shiva's Guard, just kind of build up this armor, build up this kind of set of items that he wants to send in these fights. Obviously, Blink Dagger, BKB are on the menu as well, but things outside of the regular are going to be things like the Shiva's Guard as well. So Liquid, they need to try and fight their way back in towards this game, because they're starting to fall behind a little bit too much.
Another BKB just now for Arbed. Not sure if he'll be able to use it in this fight. For now, they're going to focus all their attention towards Boxy. Also ate up most of the Morty's kisses. On the bright side, they do get to clean up the tombstone, giving some bonus gold towards Mickey. But big thing is that this tier 1 tower, 21 minutes into this game, it still stands. Team Liquid recognize how big of a problem this is. I wonder if they'll decide to pop the ghost for this one. EG will get charged up onto Fly. This Undying in danger. Nether Strike will be out onto him. Been silenced up, and Fly will die here. Both supports are gone. The double bash coming in from Boxy. That will enable Team Liquid to finally take the tier 1 in this mid lane. That's some much needed space.
Yeah. Definitely, especially now that EG were starting to suffocate them a little bit. You could see that they were
very dead. Matu gets the +1. We're at 9 stacks right now. Good times. EG, nothing they can really do to try and defend this tower. Despite the fact that Liquid do not have access to an Aegis, they just are so strong. Mickey's also finished off a Silver Edge.
The high ground.
He's got a Silver Edge and a Paddy Sword. Are you kidding me? That's a little bit unfair. Fly will get charged into right now. Matu finds him out as well with the blink. Mickey destroys him with a right click. That's 2 heroes brought down. Tier 2 tower middle. I believe it's also going to be in some degree of jeopardy here. Team Liquid, they know that they're playing 5v3 for now before the buybacks come in, and this is not going to take them that long to bring this tower down at the rate that Mickey is able to right click at the moment.
Yeah, Liquid are doing a fantastic job right now. They're just moving around the map as a squad.
Zai might be a little bit too far forward here. Does have a Blink Dagger though. He shouldn't be able to get himself out. No, he can't! Arbed has the Aghanim shot, so they keep him in position. They can't save him just yet. On the low ground now, Matu thinking about trying to eat somebody, but unfortunately won't be able to do so until RTT jumps down to the low ground, and Zai already been brought down. Mickey forced to BKB. Arbed refreshes for the secondary Sonic Wave onto Matu, and now they've killed the Pudge. Insania jump forward with the Fire Snap cookie, but that's just going to lead to his death. 3 heroes have fallen, and unfortunately here, Fluke, none of these heroes have buyback. The only positive thing is that the creep wave is all the way deep into this mid lane. Boxy was doing the right thing of pushing it out. So So they're not going to get racks through this mid lane, but it's a very, very close call. Anything on the Spirit Breaker, so just dies heads up. That's a gem given up as well. To buy back potentially. I do not think that EG are going to not take this opportunity. They jump onto the high ground. Looking for Monty. Here comes RTZ. They book in the link onto BK. Lotus back onto RTZ. Activates the BKB. Now Zai hexed up. You can't get off their spells, but at the same time they finally dismember onto Arbit. Now Matu and the crew, they want to bound forward. The BKB from RTZ has expired. Zai with his own BKB goes deeper in the fight with the exorcism goes, chasing down Fly. They've gotten that kill. Crit, the lone survivor so far, allowed to TP out on the high ground. I don't think Boxy has the vision here. Oh, he charges through. Realizes where he's at. Boxy, man. What is going on? Matu gets a triple kill off the back of this. Boxy with the reads, understanding exactly what's going on. And EG end up losing 3. And they brought back scout these heroes out in the pit. Fly, hooked out of it. He's dead almost instantly. Arbet comes in with the Sonic Wave. Not enough damage though. The Sonic Wave is down. Doesn't have access to
RTZ.
Here comes RTZ. Jumping onto Zai. Eliminating him from the field of play. Buyback immediately forced out of the Death Prophet. But that was the BKB duration as well here. So that means they no longer have access to said BKB. Boxy, he's actually charging the Fly inside the base to make sure he can't come and join the fight. But this is an awkward situation to be as EG. EG know that they really want the Roshan, but at the same time, Megas are pushing in here, Fluke. Being Megas, you don't have to worry about positioning to protect Rax, so you can just sit by the tier 4 tower. But Zai, Requiem comes out. They've already caught Crit. Crit is falling very low. Arteezy, he's now coming into the fight with the God Strength. He's trying to drop down Matumba Man. He will be able to get the kill onto the punch. Chasing onto Zai right now. Arteezy, the superhero, but the BKB is finished. He's about to get feared. The charge coming in from Boxy as well. Can he run down Zai? Doesn't seem like he'll be able to, but he has demonstrated the power of this rapier. Link coming back with the Swift. Will he really try to go for this? Yes, he does. He finds Insania. 3 shots him. There used to be a Snapfire, now there isn't. And RTZ saves the game. The game's still going right now.
Yeah, that was a 3k damage crit that came out from RTZ as well. So they hold on. They're holding on here, Snare.
It's done. We have to go and deal with this. It's very unfortunate for EG. I think they were hoping for an earlier Roche. Earlier the Roche, the better for them, but be a late one. We're coming in another 80 seconds from the... Have enough gold to buy another rapier. We'll buy the Aghanim Scepter instead. So that's gonna get him deeper into the fight. Maybe he used the Swift Blink to get out, but he's actually just going in. RTZ? He's on the high ground here, forcing a fight up against the side of Mickey and Matumba Man. They use their BKB. Zai fears away crit. But if it wasted BKB, it just might be worth it. Nightfall though, might have to commit his life for this one. He died 2 minutes in the grave, 5 back immediately, but somebody has to go home here. Look at the base, Fluke. These are Megas that they're dealing with on the side of EG. It's so difficult to keep control of this game. And RTZ will have to return here just to clean up these waves, but that gives a free path towards the Roshan for Team Liquid. Matu will be so happy with this. And this is a Roshan with all the goodies, my friend. An axe, cheese, refresher shot, and the young Aegis itself. They're about to get even stronger on the side of Team Liquid, despite not having a buyback available on Matu.
Yeah, it's you see those last couple of fights. RTZ, yeah, he might be fast, but you know, circling back to when RTZ died first, they got bait.
Team Liquid now smoke up on 3. Mickey waiting for the opportunity to go in with the Arcane Blink Requiem. Does he have a chance here? RTZ start around from the top lane. Is Mickey going in? There's the God Strength. There's going to be the fear onto Arbit, but he does get off the BKB. Charge in onto RTZ. He will be hit by Boxy. Activates BKB. They want to force the BKB out of RTZ, but it's not happening just yet. In the meantime, Fly will end up dying to the exorcism. But RTZ right clicking on the edge of the fight, able to bring down the first life of Matu. Already killed Insania. Mickey though gets off the fear. RTZ, will he survive this fight? He doesn't have the satanic proc because he's feared and he's killed. 2 minutes in the grave, no buyback for the Aegon, as Crit cannot contend with these exorcism ghosts. He gets charged into by Boxy, leaving Nightfall all alone to try and defend this. Crit will buy back. Arbit is just on the high ground, but EG, they see the writing on the wall. They acknowledge the power. They're still sticking around little Arbit. Boxy comes back in, had the patience to wait for Arbit. It will be a LSA with an arrow that connected onto Matu. Matu dies first. They do eventually get the kill onto Arbit, but hashtag work for the side of EG because they might be able to pick up more off the back of this. Crit will have arrow again in 2 seconds. Insania, you are dead to rights, my friend. Boxy is doing his best to block the angle of the arrow, but not going to be be allowed to do so. And now because of this, he might be the one that gets arrowed himself. Crit leaps away. Boxy misses the tree throw. Now he's in danger. You have your boxing shoes on, your dancing shoes on. He had them yesterday, or earlier on today rather, in game number 1, and yesterday as well, frankly. He was juking everything. Looks like Crit is aware of how good his shoes are. Won't even choose to try and throw out the arrow. Great play middle though, coming in. Gee, though they lose Abed, they intercept the gank and get a massive kill of their own.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top tower
that's
is
big
under
for them.
attack.
Yes, they do lose Arbed, but they get the transition there onto Matumba Man. They get the transition back on towards Insania as well. So Liquid are doing a good job at reading the movements around the map. Crypt just being in the right place at the right time. They understand they can kind of just leave Nightfall to his own devices up in this top lane. He's going to be okay. Yeah, he's going to lose some of his wolves, and it'll be hard for him to out-push a Leshrac, but at that point, you're more than happy with how this is going. You know, Arteezy is having a good time towards the bottom lane. Arbed's feeling pretty good about how his game's going. And once they start getting towards these first couple of items, these first couple of level 6s, it's really going to be on, as you said, the supports to make these rotations. You know, Matama Man, he's on the lone druid. He wants to start getting a lot of these items up. Zai wants to get his first, you know, his Wraith Pact, his Blink Dagger, his BKB, all that kind of jazz. And it's going to be a little bit of a while before Team Liquid are actually able to get their ball up going towards these towers. But a good spot right now to be able to do it because, as you said, EG also another one of these teams that kind of wants to sit back and farm for a little bit. So maybe we're in for a little bit of a slow one here, Snap.
Oh, slow one with me and you?
Radiant's
A long
middle
game?
tower is
Say it
under
ain't so.
attack.
Never seen that one. They found him. Black Hole gets committed. Zai still has Maleficent. Oh, he need it. He absolutely will. And the roots will come out from Matu, preventing him from being able to jump away with the Q. That's the first big kill onto Arteezy. Top lane as well. Nick in danger here. He's being surrounded by these EG heroes. So they strike back quite quickly all across the map. As soon as they lose Arteezy down bottom, they go and kill Nick on top. Nick is their safe lane for the side of Team Liquid. So, G, making sure that nothing comes free in game number 2 here for the Dark Horses of Liquid.
Yeah, and Liquid having to commit the black hole here, so there's at least 170 seconds without them having to worry about that. Unfortunate thing there for Arteezy as well. The fact that he time walked in towards the trees meant that it didn't have time walk even if he got outside of the angle. So now Matu, he has this DD rune. He's getting closer towards his Desolator. I really like when I see these low druid builds. You just see Mask Commander, see the Desolator. You can go towards something like a BKB or even like an AC, Basher, all those kind of items that just allow this bear to be very, very strong. And so what the bear can do yesterday, Ghost was able to win a 70-minute barn burner. Him just ratting out the entirety of Boom Esports. And this time around, I think Team Liquid are a little bit more straight up dudes. They're more than happy to fight this one, Amano.
Shadows, take us.
And we can see that this game is just starting to slow down a little bit. They're going to see if they can try and get a kill here on his eye.
Pretty easy one with the bubble. Crit has access to this arrow to follow up with the stun. Quick kill. Also an Urn charge, or a Spirit Vessel charge. Fully completed for Crit as Marana. Pick that one up now as well. I mean, this Spirit Vessel is also, this might be one of the reasons why it's also quite nice to have Marana in this game.
Right now, with the Bloodstone and Team Liquid, they're happy to wrap behind.
Hey, they get the toss back into said Rainbow Pony.
Down and
Saying, well, Crit, you really want to see us? Okay, fine. Come through, fam. Get the quick kill. Get the tower out of this as well. Team Liquid. This is the beginnings of what they can be making happen on the map. They're pushing in down bottom. They just got this quick tower kill through mid. Slowly but surely, they want to try and shrinking this map. We're going to see this Leshrac also heading into the Radiant Triangle. That's a space that Arteezy can't really occupy right now. He has to play down bottom. Nowhere else feels super good for him. Nice plays happening by Team Liquid. They're about to get Black Hole again in the next 15 seconds, so they could decide to make a big move on the map once it's back off cooldown.
Yeah, they can start to put the squeeze on EG because they're definitely not ready to fight, right? Like, they still need Arteezy to start moving towards his first set of items. He wants that Mal show up, he wants the BKB. Arbed now has his boost of travel, getting closer and closer to his own BKB, so he's getting close to being able to fight. But Helm of the Overlord just on the periphery here. We're looking to see how EG weather the storm from here on out. They need to try and hold on towards these tier 2 towers. They need to try and hold on to this game before it starts to blow out. And this is why I like this. I did like this Team Liquid draft, even though I did pick EG here. I think a little of the bias was showing, but they have just good heroes at being able to abuse the fact that EG want to play this game slow, right? Like, they've got a Leshrac and they have a lone druid here. Both heroes that are more than happy to sit back and farm. As long as they're getting kills with those black holes as they make the rotation and don't get turned on by the Chronosphere, Liquid are in a pretty good spot. So it's going to be about this mid game. It's going to be about who is happy to get these fights going at different times, right? There's going to be certain timings you want to hit,
First Void is gone. Freezing Field coming in from Insania. Arbedo goes BKB with the LSA to cancel it, but here comes Mickey. Bloodstone is a-going. The damage is a-coming, and they're going to lose 2 because of it. A double kill for this Leshrac. They might not be done just yet. Boxy does come across Nightfall, but not able to get a correct lead onto him. However, with these 3 heroes being dead, and especially with Arteezy having fallen to the wayside, this opens up the path for the Roshan pit. Are going to be getting an Aegis into the hands of, I imagine, this Leshrac, but Matu could take it as well.
Yeah, just Team Liquid is playing really clean. They understand that as long as they catch the Faceless Void, they force him to try and get a time walk off and then try and get a Chronosphere, that it is also hard for EG to be able to get these team fights going. Liquid are starting to take a pretty big stranglehold of this game. Mickey had an absolute blinder of a game once again, 12,000 net worth. At 19 minutes into the game, Matu was one that picked up the Aegis of the Immortal. Liquid, they've got everything in front of them. All they need to do is start taking down a few more of these towers. They can start pressuring the tier 2s. EG are definitely not ready to fight. Arteezy is not in a position right now that if he wants to try and fight, he needs to have that BKB so he can try and survive some of this burst that comes out. Same thing with the rest of some of these other heroes. You know, Nightfall we saw in that previous fight. Yeah, you click the like and ulti and you run towards the Crystal Maiden. But as soon as she hits the freezing field, she's got so much armor and she does so much damage to you that it is also hard to try and come out. Oh, once again, Box has been found. Found Arteezy as well.
Gets caught out. There's a Chrono though coming in from Arteezy. Kill Crystal Maiden first. Boxy's inside of this bubble as well. Between Arbed and Arteezy, they are able to get that kill. The reinforcements from Team Liquid not able to respond in time because they are busy sieging a tier 2 in the top lane here. So this is going to be a small degree of exploitation from EG, allowing themselves to get up onto the map. Does come at a cost and beneath the Sentry Ward. So the Moonlight Shadow does not provide him with protection as Zai ends his life. Still EG down bottom. They still want to try and force a fight somewhere. They're going onto Arteezy. Arteezy, he was waiting so they could turn up the Chrono, but he gets blown up. He's not survivable enough to survive the burst coming in from Boxy and the Leshrac. And while this is happening, look middle. This push has been on from Matu and Zai. Dude, what am I seeing, Fluke? They're able to win fights on bottom, take towers on top and middle at the same time without even needing the full lineup. And they baited out the death of Arteezy. Tier 3 towers now gonna fall. Very quick jump. Mickey going into the base already, looking for the kill onto Fly. But Fly will be able to stay alive. Arbed finds the LSA onto Mickey. Still not enough damage to reliably threaten the Leshrac just yet. They know Arteezy's coming back, but they also know he doesn't have a bubble as Crit gets thrown back by Boxy. Boxy's on a mega kill streak. This Tiny has been on one today. Just Boxy in general has been on one. Rax are almost
Liquid on one, I think.
Yep. Well, the way things are looking, Fluke, I think they're going to be on 2 today.
Radiant's middle.
Yeah, the 2-0 here against CG would be big for them, and this is what we always talk about when we talk about this Team Liquid squad. You have to be so careful about how you draft against them, and this is why I talked about this game 2 being oh so important for these teams to really kind of figure out who's winning the mental kind of warfare, who's winning the band chicken, like who has the better kind of ideas about way these drafts do work out. I really like this Team Liquid draft. Well, they just open up with the Lone Druid. And I think this might start leading teams a little bit more towards first pick. Just being able to protect a carry like Lone Druid just opens you up to so much more in these fights. You go in, you pick this Lone Druid, you've already realized that it's going to be an Enchantress plus a Faceless Void. You feel good about how it's going, and Team Liquid, they play so well around the Lone Druid. They play so well around hitting these perfect timings and kind of trying to close the game out. They're doing such a good job right now, and everybody on Team Liquid is playing fantastic.
Get this wrap though from EG. Want to try and break this up. They've smoked up all the way behind. If really want to find the Enigma or any other bigger target for us, Arteezy still has access to the bubble. Who's he gonna commit it on? He hasn't choose it just yet. They've already blown up the Enchantress, and now the Chrono comes up, but there's a freezing field. Arteezy can't put in the damage. They eventually do end up critting Crystal Maiden. Now Matu trying to get himself out of dodge here. He's in danger, losing his life slowly but surely. Does still have an Aegis though. The fear preventing Arteezy from getting the final kill. Roxy somehow still alive. Snipe will eventually end up going down, but Arteezy getting turned around upon by Mickey and Matu, and they're able to get the kill. They don't even burn the first life of the lone druid. Abed ended up dying as well. Fear throws back Fly, so he cannot escape either. As the only person able to run deep away is going to be Nightfall. Crit is forced to hide inside the trees, and Iki has seen enough. They do not feel they have.
Bottom